Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this makeup tutorial, I have done this gorgeous sea green pastel eye makeup look with this pop of orange lips. Also in this tutorial, I'll be showing you all how to do the eyebrows. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. So I'm going to start priming my eyelids with MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre with this 3D brush, and I'm just applying it all over my eyelid. And to set that, I'm going to use Makeup Revolution's HD palette in Innovation. This is an all matte palette and I'm using that light color to set a nice base. I'm using that light peachy color in my crease with a fluffy brush. Just go in circular windshield wiper motions just to give it a light definition. Then I'm going to take this burnt orangey brownish color with this angular fluffy brush and applying it towards the outer corner of the eyes, and blending that out again with the same fluffy brush that I used before. Then I'm going to take this medium brown color which has slight reddish undertone. I'm going to be applying that in the outer corner again just to add more depth with this pencil shaped brush, and blend that out with the same fluffy brush again. I'm pretty much going to be repeating these steps of blending into the crease and outer corner because that gives us a really nice definition. Then I took this brown which is like one shade darker and I'm going to be applying in the outer corner as well as crease with that same fluffy brush. And then for the white base, I'm using NYX's eyeshadow base in white, and I first went in with my finger, but applying with my finger was a little bit of a hassle, so I went in with a brush because this white base is very creamy and it tends to move a lot and you have to set it with another white eyeshadow. I'm not a huge fan of this eyeshadow base because it really, it's difficult to set. It's not like MAC's Paint Pot which like dries up and sets pretty quickly, but this one like kept moving and I had a little bit of a hassle. I went in with that white matte shade and applied all over that eyeshadow base. For that pastel green color, I'm taking NYX's Ultimate Brights palette and I'm going to be applying that color with a flat brush. Actually, I had a mint green in mind, but when I applied the color, it turned out to be more sea green, which is slightly more darker and leaning towards the blue rather than a very creamy, light, minty green. I'm really sorry you guys, after this the camera stopped recording and I couldn't show you all the whole blending into the crease of the pastel color with the brown. And here I'm just taking that slightly darker green color and mushing the pastel green with the smoked out brown colors. And here I'm just blending with the fluffy brush. I've pretty much done the same thing into my crease as well, just going back and forth in the windshield wiper motions to blend out the brown with the pastel green color. I really hope that makes sense. Now onto the base, I'm using MAC's Fix Plus in the coconut flavor and just freshening up my dry skin. Using PAC's Pore Primer and all over my pore areas and just in general to prime my face. I am using MAC's Strobe Cream to give that subtle, nice, glowy skin highlight because my skin has been feeling a little dry again. To conceal, I'm using MAC's Studio Finish Concealer in NC42 just under the eye area wherever I feel I have really dark circles. And then I'm just blending that out with this mini beauty blender. I applied with a finger but blended it out with this beauty blender. And then I'm taking Wet n Wild's concealer in medium tawny. At first I expected this shade to be a little bit more yellow and brighter under the eyes, but it turns out it was exact color of my skin tone, and then I decided to go on the rest of the face wherever I have marks and imperfections, and I blended it with the same mini beauty blender. For foundation, I'm using L'Oreal's Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade Fresh Beige, and I'm just buffing it out with this Real Techniques buffing brush. and I will be blending it out with the original beauty blender just to make the foundation more skin-like. Now this was my first time using this foundation, so I cannot tell y'all how good of a foundation is this, but on the face it looked pretty good and it was not looking like I was wearing a layer of foundation or whatever. It didn't look unnatural. I was pretty happy with it. And to conceal and highlight the center of the face, I'm using NYX's HD concealer and blending it with the PAC's mini beauty blender. And to set that highlight, I'm going to be using NYX's HD finishing powder in Banana. I'm pretty much loving this combo of the NYX HD concealer and the HD banana powder. And then taking the NYX's #no filter powder in medium olive, I'm going to be setting rest of my face with that, and I'm dusting off the excess banana powder. And then onto my eyebrows, I'm taking this spoolie brush and just brushing my brows with it. I'm going to take Wet n Wild's brow pencil in Black Ops and I'm just going to fill in the gaps. I'm just going to feather out the pencil, use very light strokes, and then I'm taking that end of the spoolie and I'm going to just smudge out the lines that have been drawn so that nothing looks very harsh. I'm just adding a little bit of more product and then smudging it out with the spoolie. Remember guys, a lighter hand is always better so that you don't overdo it, because this brow pencil was super dark. And for the beginning of the eyebrow, I don't want it to be too harsh, so I'm using a very light hand and more of the blending. Now to carve out the eyebrow, I'm using that NYX's HD finishing powder in Banana, and I'm just using this flat brush and I'm just going around the eyebrow. You can definitely use a lighter concealer to carve out your eyebrow, but I'm just being a lazy loser and therefore I'm just going in with the powder. And then I'm taking NYX's matte bronzer in Deep Tan just to carve out my cheekbones and go around my face, the jawline, the forehead area, just to warm up and bring all the colors together, because I feel contour is such an important part of your makeup routine. I feel it just makes your whole look more polished. Of course, you have to keep your hand really light when you do it, especially when it comes to nose contouring. If you're not too sure about it, I would say skip it or just use a light hand, use tiny bit and blend a lot. And then to tightline, I'm using Maybelline's Colossal Kajal in Super Black for my upper waterline, and then I'm going to use in the outer lower waterline, just in the outer corners, and dragging it towards the middle of the eyeball. And then I'm taking MAC's False Lash Extreme Black mascara, and this is just a sample which I had got on one of my products, and I'm just trying it out. I'm loving it. It's beautiful. If you're thinking of buying it, just go ahead, buy it. I will definitely purchase this one. And then for the inner corner highlight, instead of using like a sparkly highlight color, I decided to go in with that same pastel green color from NYX and applying it to the inner tear duct and just blending it towards the lower waterline. Honestly speaking, I was kind of bored of that same old highlighter technique that we did for the inner corner, so hence I decided to just go in with the green color. Then I'm taking that brown color and applying it on the lash line, just where I've applied the black. I'm applying with this smudge brush and make sure that it's smudged really well so that it looks like it's, transforming into that green. And then I added tiny bit of that Colossal Kajal again in the outer corners. Then for my blush, I'm using MAC's Melba, which is this beautiful peachy coral blush which brings so much life to the face. And for my highlighter, I'm using Makeup Revolution's Soft Highlighter palette, and I'm mixing those two shades just to create a nice subtle highlight. I didn't want to add too much highlight, but adding the highlight is like the cherry on the cake and I cannot miss it out. So it looks really put together and really nice and dewy. The skin looks really healthy without being overdone. Now, I don't like to put too much highlighter when I have a lot of color situation going on my eyelids, so I'm being very discreet with my highlighter because I don't want the highlighter to catch too much attention. I want all the attention to be on the eyes and also on the lips. You will see the lip color that I will apply. For the lips, I'm using LAKME's lip liner in Brick Rose, and it's this rosy brown color, perfect for the Indian skin tone kind of lip liner. It's supposed to be a dupe for MAC's Spice. And for the lips, I'm taking L'Oreal Balmain in Fever, which is this burnt orange color. Looks beautiful on Indian skin tone. The reason I went in with that lip liner because it tones down the orangeness tiny bit so that it just looks right amount of orangey brownness on the lips so that it complements the green eyeshadow. I'm going to be dabbing my lips twice just so that it sets the entire lipstick and makes it more long lasting. Just apply the lipstick in a dabbing motion so that the lipstick is pushed really nicely into your lips so that it is even more long lasting. And that completes our makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I made this for people who love to have colors on their face, and it's a very fresh summery makeup, I think, which you can wear for day as well as night time. And if you have stuck with me till the end, thank you very much for watching, and do subscribe to my channel and thumbs up this video if you have liked. Share with anybody who might find this useful. Hope to see you in my next. Until then, a bientôt.